This lesson can be for both parents and for students. My name is Angela Stark, and I am the PE and health teacher at SCAPA, School of Creative and Performing Arts in Lexington. And I am a member of SHAPE America. That's our national organization. And SHAPE America released an awesome curriculum this year based around social emotional learning, while also doing community service learning project, fundraising for PE programs. And so I'm going to do a lesson off of the Health.Moves.Minds for middle school health. On there, you also have options to do there's K-5 PE curriculum with health components, and the elementary portion is all centered around kindness. And then the middle school, there's also a PE version and a health version, and that the middle school version is around empowerment. And soon SHAPE America will be releasing the high school version. So I just want to give you just a little glimpse into what this curriculum looks like, because this is really important for both parents and for students to understand what influences our choices surrounding our health. So I've had to modify this because it's a very discussion-based activity. But today, let me show you what our outcomes are going to be. Today, you're going to be able to describe how influences affect health behaviors, and also be able to identify and reflect how our internal voice can influence our relationships. So, those are outcomes today. And I want to start by, first of all, go grab a piece of paper. Actually, I want a piece of paper and a pen so you can do this activity with me. And I'll give you just a second to find something. I love this while you're getting your paper. I love this activity. It actually has a snowball activity with kids in the classroom where they write down influences, and you crumple them up and throw them around the room, and then you pick them up, and kids see what some other people maybe have written down for their influences. So anyways, here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about a health-enhancing behavior. It can be any health-enhancing behavior. So I'm going to do, for me, on this side, I'm going to write in the circle. So on your paper, I want you to make 5 around exercising. This is my health-enhancing. Okay. Now, surrounding that health-enhancing behavior, I want you to think about the things that influence you to do that behavior. Okay, whether it be eating healthy or exercising or making sure you do mindfulness, whatever it might be, I want you to think about what influences you do. So I did exercising because that's something that for me is health enhancing. So for exercising, things that might influence me might be my parents, might be your parents, or kids might write parents. I'm also going to say friends. How about motivation? And maybe how I'm feeling that day. Okay? Oops. So, we're going to write these down. So all of these are connected because all of these are influences that influence that choice. Okay? So they're all connected. Next, I want you to think about a risky behavior. So, for example, maybe a risky behavior would be, say, smoking or vaping. That's a risky behavior. And then you think about the things that influence you to maybe do or not do that risky behavior. So again, it might be similar. It might still be parents. It might be friends. It might be social media. It might be ads. So those are all the different things that influence our behaviors, whether it be healthy or risk behaviors. So what do you notice? Are there similar influences for health enhancing and risk behaviors? There sure is. And so what does that tell us? What do you think that tells us? Are there differences, or which do you think are the strongest influences? In my opinion, the strongest influence is probably going to be my friends or my parents. But for some people, it might be social media because you see it all the time. It's everywhere, right? So I want you just, as we do this whole lesson, to think about, again, the choices we make every day. What influences you to either go out for a walk or eat something that maybe isn't the greatest for us? What are the things that influence you to make those choices? Okay? All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to go over how to analyze these influences. Okay? So here are the steps to analyzing influences. First, here are these skill cues, and these are actually from, I teach a skills-based health education curriculum at my school. And so they're more based around skills to go out for the kids to go out and actually practice, health skills versus just teaching content. So here are the skill cues. Step 1, identify the influence. Step 2 would be analyze the influence, which we already identified, right? Now we're kind of analyzing, but I'm doing it without much conversation, obviously, because we're doing this on Facebook Live. Step 3 is examine the factors that impact. And step 4 is consider an action plan depending on, whether it's a good behavior or not behavior. Okay, so we have 4 steps to analyzing influences. So under step 1 it says identify the influence. So under step 2. So we identify the influence, analyzing the influences. How do I know it's actually influencing me? That's what you have to ask yourself. Or what messages am I receiving from this influence? Or is this positive or negative? Or how much is this influencing my thoughts, values, beliefs, or actions? And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Under step 3, examine factors and impact is how are other factors interacting with this influence? How might these factors affect my thoughts, values, beliefs, and behavior choices? And then under consider an action plan, it's like, do you need to do anything about that influence? Is that a good influence? If a friend is not being a good influence, then you probably not the best to be their friends. Or what is the best action for handling this influence in your life? Okay, so those are the skill cues for analyzing influences. All right. So all of these right here are external influences except for motivation and feelings. Okay? They're all external influences. So external is obviously on the outside. So not only do we talk about influences, we're talking about external and internal and whether they're positive or negative. So we're going to go through this real fast and decide if they're positive or negative. And they can be both. So if you have your piece of paper and you did this with me, go ahead and I want you to either put a plus or a minus. So again, friends for me would be a positive for my exercising healthy, but friends for smoking. Now friends could be a positive or negative. It could be a positive friend saying don't try it, right? So you could do a plus or a minus. So go through your paper and ask yourself, are they positive or negative? Okay, for you. And again, everyone's going to be different. We all have different influences, and that's why this is a really important skill to know. So we have these, right? External, internal influences. Well, yes, mostly external. And so we're going to talk about internal influences. So think about this. Who do you hear most in your head? Probably yourself. Most of us are always having an internal conversation with ourselves. So these are outside influences that can affect our decisions, but your own thoughts and self-esteem can influence your behavior as well as outside influences. So now we're going to talk about internal influences, and that's our internal thoughts. Okay, and again, that could be positive or negative. So here's my thought for the day. How I feel about myself directly affects my behavior. Think about that. How I feel about myself directly affects my behavior. And so it's important to understand how impactful internal influences can be. So for example, what does your internal influence say to you? Okay, it might say, I'm smart, I'm pretty or handsome, I'm ugly or stupid, I'm okay, I'm weak, I'm a good friend, I'm nothing, I'll never be loved, or I deserve to be loved, I deserve to be treated well. Think about all those things in your head, that all of these are these internal voices that sometimes we just can't shut off, okay? And so how might these internal influences thoughts influence relationships with others? Okay? So, all right. So on your piece of paper, so we're talking about internal influences, which is often based upon our values, our beliefs, and our self-esteem. So on your piece of paper, I want you to list 3 people or items that are important to you. Okay? Think of people or items that make your world better because they are in it. Okay? So writing down your list. So based around those people, we're going to explore our own personal values and beliefs. This is where a lot of our internal influences come from, but also some external influences. It's very complicated analyzing the influences around us. All right. So we're going to explore personal values and beliefs and how those values and beliefs influence relationships, right? So on your piece of paper, I know you can flip it over if we're running out of room. Okay. We're going to talk about what a value is. It's really, values and beliefs can be kind of intertwined sometimes. So here are the definitions of a value. A value is something you think is important in life. Okay, let me say that again. A value is something you think is important in life. A belief is an opinion you have about something or someone that you understand to be true. Now, the hard thing in this world is that we all have different values and we all have different beliefs. It's a good thing and a bad thing, right? But we need to respect each other's values and beliefs to understand that's where our decisions come from, right? And how our influences, values and beliefs can influence us too. So, value, I'm going to say it one more time. Something you think that is important in life, and a belief is an opinion you have about something or someone that you understand to be true. Okay? So what I want you to do on your piece of paper, as we're talking about this internal influence, okay, is I want you, can you see this? To make a list of 3 things, 3 values, okay? 3 values, something you think that's important in life. For example, I value exercise. Okay, that is I feel it's really important to my world. So what does that impact? And then I want you on the side of it, right here, I want you to write down, what is that values impact on your health? What is the values impact on your health? Again, it might be a negative. It might be a positive. You don't really know. Everyone's going to have different values and beliefs. Okay, and you don't have to finish this now, but maybe later you go ahead and you finish out and you do 3, and then you write the 3 impacts on your health. Okay? So, think about beliefs you have about yourself, your health, the world, and so on. It can be difficult to think about what you believe, but it can be a powerful influence on your behaviors. I want you to think of 2 beliefs that you hold that might influence your health and behaviors. Okay? use these sentence stems to help. So for example, you're going to write down, and you can just do a real basic thing on your paper and finish this when I'm done. It says, I believe, and then you write what you believe, and I think this could affect my health behaviors because. So that's your task when we get off here, is I want you to finish what I just asked you. I want you to go through and list 3 values, their impact on your health, and I want you to write down, I believe, and then I think this could affect my health behaviors because. Okay? So all of these, like I said, are impactful in our world in analyzing all the decisions we make based around our health. Again, positive and negative. So it's important to know our personal values and beliefs because it can make decisions easier. Okay? But it doesn't always mean it will be easy. However, when you can identify our personal values and beliefs clearly, you can allow yourself to live by those beliefs and values, which helps you make better decisions daily, especially around your health. It is so important every day, especially now being at home, that we are making health enhancing decisions so that when we go back into the world, we can all be healthy, we can be happier. We got to make sure we're taking care of our mental health. Analyze what is stopping you from going for a walk, or what is stopping you from having mindfulness or reading a book or doing something for you. What are those influences that might stop you? And I want you to think about that today as we get off here. Okay, that is my challenge to you. I also want you to finish the values and beliefs paper that I tasked you with. But thank you for being on with me today. Hopefully this has, sparked some thoughts around influences and the decisions we make every day and our values and beliefs. Hopefully you found this valuable, whether it be for your child or for you. Go out, be awesome, make good choices, and thanks for watching.